What are your memories of George Buck?
He was a character.
Yeah, he was the head pro from, we understand, from the late 40s until his death in 1991. You mention the word George Buck, and what comes to mind?
Well, I get a smile, because he couldn't have been nicer, but he was always, I can say this, I hope, he always liked the ladies, and he preferred giving lessons to the ladies than to the men. And I remember Burl, who was a lovely lady, and his second wife, Emily Goldsmith. And she was very nice also. But George was a real character. It was a pleasure. He was nice to everyone and always was ready for a good time. And he was a good golfer.
And his son, George Buck Jr., we met recently when his mother was here, and we hope to speak with him.
Oh, good.
But you probably ran into George Buck on the course.
Yeah, George Buck Jr. had two sons, George Buck Jr. and Gary Buck. Now, I believe Gary may have passed away.
He's passed away of a car accident, we heard.
Oh, okay. But both sons worked here and in the pro shop.
Well, it seems like Longshore was very much a family affair. There was you and your father. It was the Buck family, the Gilardis. Is that what your memory of Longshore was in the growing up, that it was a small town community?
It was. I have to say the public was easy to deal with back then. They really were. The town was smaller. Everybody knew everybody. We very seldom had a problem on the golf course. I think only once did we have, people throwing clubs and people wouldn't listen to, a young ranger type thing. Only once I think that happened in my 8 summers that I helped out down here.